Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome on in. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. Having a great, what is it, Tuesday? Tuesday. For some reason, I thought it was Monday, but that was yesterday. Memorial Day, I guess, got me off a little bit. But welcome on into tonight's live. This is a true crime channel. So if that is something that you're into, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. You can wait a little while if you want and watch a little bit of the video. I don't mind, but make sure you subscribe and you like the video. Well, anyways, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to talk about Sebastian this evening. But before we get to that, we're going to say hi to the people in the chat and just sit back, relax, say a hi to the person above you, hi below to the person below you. Make a friend. Make a friend while you're here. We are pretty cool. We are pretty cool around here. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Mary Beth. Welcome in. Hey, DM. Hey, Catherine. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. I saw you guys were in here chit-chatting before I came in. Hey, Sailor George. Hey, Cat's Life. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Frenchie. Hey, Linda. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Heather. Hopefully, I was going to say, I think I'll be done. Nursery Ken. Hey, Nana. And Nana 4. I think I'm Sasha. Sandra. I think I missed a couple, but hopefully I didn't. Hopefully I didn't miss you. But if I did, say, Tanya, you missed me. But that's my name. If you don't know, Tanya or Titanium Built, you can call me either or. I don't prefer one over the other. But I am going to drop the link to my second channel if that's something that you're into. It's just a little bit of, it's going to be a little bit of the unfiltered side of yours truly. So I will drop the link for that in the chat as well. And then we'll get on with it. Did everybody have a good Memorial Day? Did anybody do anything that was like super fun? Because I didn't. I think I just lounged around yesterday. Took it easy. But I am actually over on my other channel, Unfiltered, right now. So if you're over there and you want to chat with the full chat, you can come over to Titanium Built channel and I'll drop the link over there. Hey, Shauna, welcome in. And so usually like in the beginning of our lives, I always have a picture of Sebastian I put up. And for some reason, the picture I had, I can't find it. And I usually use the same one. So I think tonight we're going to do a different one. Let's see. Okay, that's better. Let's get it up here. Because I like to, show his picture, obviously. That's who we're talking about tonight. And then we'll, get into the newer updates that are coming out right now. Because we've got some huge things that are coming out that I think are big anyway. So, you have, what is it? Victoria Day. I love that. I'm going to have to look into that. That sounds like a fun day. So you got a long weekend then. And then now we have a long weekend this weekend. A patriotism. So I want to thank everybody, first off, who came to the stream last night. I really appreciate you guys coming. I know it was a new case, and I just want to let you know I'm really glad that you guys came. We had a good chat. So tonight we're going to be covering Sebastian Drake Rogers. If you don't know who Sebastian is, he went missing on February the 25th, 26th in Hendersonville, Tennessee. He's 5'5", 120 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes. And if you have any information about him, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. I forgot to put my banner up. I'll put a banner up just in case anybody knows anything and hears anything, sees anything. You can call or you can email. You can do either or. Actually, let me put this one up. Okay. So has everyone heard about Seth's new adventure? Seth has a new adventure going on. Let me see here. Let me put myself up here. Okay. So Seth is starting a YouTube channel. I don't know if everyone's heard yet. So he's got a YouTube channel now. He put a video out on it. And in his description, it says, he's going to learn about YouTube real quick. But in the description, it says, cannot authorize use or something like no authorization of use or something like that for this video to be taken. That he just doesn't want his videos played on a different channel. And so I'm like, really? Like you have a missing child, but you don't want your videos of your missing child shared. Somebody help me. Someone explain that one to me because I don't even know. And I got a whole list of things. So he's trying to get reward money for a reward, which we know there's a 30,000. I thought it was 3,500, but apparently it's only 3,000. But that's just what one place is saying right here. Oops, didn't mean to do all that. Nashville area, and this was business owners pledged $3,000. They pulled together and got that money. Business owners, nobody else but business owners. So he has 25. How much of a reward does he need, right? He has 25,000, over 25,000 in a GoFundMe. He has a Cash App that people can spend or straight send money to, that, and they do, because every time he's on a live, they are streaming it. He has a website that sells t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and totes, all with Sebastian's face on it. And they're pretty expensive. And his latest adventure is taking donations for a reward through his attorney. Don't know why you need an attorney, but he said you have to send a check or bring the donation in so that he can give you a receipt. Don't know how he's going to send you a receipt in the mail if you send a check, but is he just going to send you back a receipt? And then all donations are going to be held into an escrow account. Well, an escrow is for like, and you do sourcing, you have a set amount. And then if you don't make that set amount, that goal, then it refunds those people their donations back, from what I've been gathering. So what's his goal going to be, and is he going to pressure people to help him get to that goal? Because if he doesn't get to his goal, he's not going to, be able to have the reward money. It's just crazy to me. There's just too much. So let's see. Was there anything else? So he's going to have a monetized YouTube. He has the website. He has the Cash App. He has the GoFundMe. I think there was another one missing, but then they had the $3,000, for the businesses did. So you would think that 25,000 GoFundMe money, I'm just saying. I mean, people get mad at Chris Crawford because he went back to work, but they have zero of these things. And I'm gonna let y'all know this was actually talked about between the investigators, the Proudfoots, and Seth Rogers, that nobody would start a GoFundMe. So Seth didn't start it, his sister did. Like, that's just some sneaky stuff. I don't care. That's just sneaky. So Seth went on his brother T-Rev's channel. His brother. So I wanted to show you guys that clip and just review it. Oh, and I do want to show you the short video that Seth did put on his YouTube page. This is under fair use. I will be pausing through this 40-second video. I'm only going to use 5 seconds of it just to give you guys a piece of what it looks like. And you tell me what you see, because I see a blurry mess. And you're going to get a crack out of this when I tell you, okay, this was supposedly back in like 2018. So that's 6 years ago. So the kid was 9. Why would you put this old of a video on your YouTube and then tell people not to play it? You should see his like playlist. It's weird. So I'm going to play this really quick. I'm not going to play all of it, but this is not my screen. Okay. My screen is not making this look blurry. This is just how the video looks. And I'm not going to play because I'm not going to play. There's just kids screaming in the background. And I'm assuming the kid with the green shirt, I'm assuming that this blob, this little bleep, I'm assuming that that's Sebastian. This is a 47-second video. Yeah, okay, there he is. Yeah, it's him. So, yeah, I don't know. He'd rather have money, yeah. Heather, I'm really beginning to think that. I'm beginning to think that this is all some sort of weird thing, because we talked the other night about the Facebook page. It was the Facebook page was started like 2 days after he went missing. I think the GoFundMe was started 3 days or something after he was missing. How do you know within 3 days that you're going to need some money because you're not going to be able to work anymore? I'm sorry, but you know what I mean? You would still be thinking of your child, looking for your kid. He's going to come home. He's probably just ran away or something. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to come back. You would still be on that. Like, he's coming back. So this is on his YouTube. So Seth has a YouTube, and I will not be subscribing to that page because I don't want him to get monetized personally. That's just my personal thing. But this is his page. Let me see if let me go back. Seth Rogers. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is his playlist. He's got these from 14 years ago. All these like sad country songs. Well, Papa Roach, don't mess with him. 3 Doors Down. Yeah. This is what he likes. And then he has another playlist. And it says favorites. So this is, okay, Sebastian Rogers, Only Time Will Tell. And then after this, it's all music. David Allan Coe, oh, well, that ain't country. That's the song's name. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Okay, we know what you like to listen to. We know what grinds your gears, what doesn't. So yeah. So he has a YouTube, but he says on here, don't play his stuff. Like, where's the home at? Right here. I do not reproduce or copy without written permissions. Welcome to YouTube. It's called fair use. If someone commentates over it. But I wanted to show you guys that because that's his page. He already has over 1,000 subscribers, so he only needs his watch time hours. They are kind of harder to get, but you're going to hear tonight. I couldn't listen to the Tony Mathis interview without you guys. I got it in like 10 minutes and I was about to like flip out. But Tony Mathis is saying some stuff. Betty's coming in. He's a fan of Betty. Seth Rogers is going to, get his channel once a week. Seth and Tony are going to go live, I guess, and get appropriate questions asked. So they're going to milk them, feed them the questions. You know what I mean? They're not going to let anybody ask any questions in the chat that they don't like or that are hard. And then they're going to get 1,000 people in there a night or every week. I know it. So it's just crazy to me that this is weird. This is just weird. I told you, I thought it was going to be TikTok Tony had a YouTube page by the end of the week. It was Seth. I was wrong. Take that back. It was Seth. I think this is right where the interview starts. And it's not very long. He's not on there. Let's see. That looked like my picture. It wasn't. I was like, someone copy me? Because I do not watch T-Rev at all. This is my first time actually. I saw this on something else and I was like, oh my Lord. Or I wouldn't even know to play it. So this is T-Rev's video. I'm going to be using this under fair use. I am going to put his channel video link in the chat. So this is the link for his video. If you guys want to check out the whole live, I think it's like a 5-hour, 6-hour live. And Seth's on this for like a few minutes. So, but that's all we needed. That's all we needed to hear. So there you go. So he has and how's that no social media? Whist. That's what I said. That's what I thought. And we've heard now, he came out and said that Sebastian used YouTube around him to look up like Minecraft or Fortnite, one of those type of games. And then we heard from Katie Proudfoot when she did Queen Bee's panel that he looked up Taylor Swift on YouTube. It was either YouTube / Google or she misspoke her words and it was just YouTube. But yeah. Something fishy's going on. Now I just want to make this, I just want to make this a clear message, I'm not going after Seth at all. But I'm just saying if all of this stuff, if the Proudfoots had done one of these things, just one, the internet would be burnt to the ground. I'm just saying. So nobody should fault Chris for going back to work because they have a $500,000 home they got to pay for.
I'm guessing that he wanted for them to check because.
And I don't know who this guy is talking, but this is T-Rev's buddy.
He could have been laying on the other side of the bed to jump out and scare. Maybe the loud thud was a chance for him to get her up to the room, so she would take the bait and go up, and then he could jump out and scare her. I'm just trying to think outside the box here. This is what I'm trying to think. Maybe the thud was to get Katie to come up. Why am I saying?
I had to go potty like a bad boy. All right, I had to pee back. All right, here we go. 1 second. Let's jump here. What's going on, Seth?
What's up, Seth?
T-Rev. There he is. There's the man of that. What's going on, Seth?
T-Rev's in the pisser. T-Rev's using the bathroom and Seth's backstage. Like, wow. He's probably just chilling back there. Like, wonder why T-Rev won't let me up. And he's like, I had to go to the bathroom.
Talk to us, man.
Your research. Right. getting my next list of areas to go search.
Ain't nothing like a man putting a cigarette in his mouth first thing on an interview. You couldn't smoke before or after, sir?
Get in the next list of areas to go
saying.
search. There we go. I mean, guys, he's up here without Tony, so we're good, right? No, that's great, and I'm glad to see you up here. What can people do to help with Sebastian, Seth? Let's dive into that. What can we do as a community to continue to support and push to fight to find Sebastian? Because I feel like the drama's gotten too crazy, and we need to get refocused.
So this drama, it's not helping find my son. People
exactly.
Just, people need to understand that this is my son. I'm going to do whatever I can to find my son. What I'd like people to do is join the Facebook page. There should be a post going out there so I can find out where people are, what states you're in. I have a YouTube. I put a video on there today.
That's where I heard it
today. Okay. Let me
see. Yeah.
Smaller video. Play it.
It's only like 50 seconds long. It was Sebastian at the park playing tag.
Yeah, I think I've seen that video.
I didn't see it.
California. Yeah, I posted it earlier today.
California.
How was he in that video, Seth?
See, that was, I'm going to say 2018. So.
Damn.
Are you remember how old you are, T-Rev?
Yeah.
9 years old. Couldn't do that. Couldn't count backwards. Couldn't do that. So he was 9 years old in this video. What the hell is this video going to do to help find Sebastian? Ain't nobody going to know that kid in that blurry freaking video. It's a nice thing to do, but if you're trying to find your child, that ain't going to work. If I saw that on my For You page, I would scroll right through that. I would say, I don't know what that is. Do you know what I mean? Like if it was on my video shorts, I would just be like, what is this mess? And I would scroll on by because you can't see anything. Now you got T-Rev, your buddy over here. He could probably sharpen that up for you. Maybe make the image a little better, but he's still 9 years old. He's 15. He was growing a mustache, guys. He was starting to get facial hair, his mom said. I don't think that would do much good. Yeah, I know, right? T-Rev and then now they're friends. Yeah. This whole thing, I don't know what's going on with that. Like T-Rev spending the night with him. And I mean, it's what? Like, what?
All right, we remember that. I want to show you this while you're here. Did you hear that video that I played?
Hold on. No, I haven't, but hold on. Let me finish what I was saying.
Go ahead. Keep going. You're good.
Need people to join the Facebook page. There'll be it's not a link, but it should be a post up there so I can find out where people are so I can send them flyers. There are people in other states.
Social media.
People in other towns in the state of Tennessee. There's people in other states. People still don't know that my son is missing. People don't know his name. People don't know his face. And I need people's addresses. You can either give them to me or not. Doesn't matter. I'll send stacks of flyers to people.
Send me your address. If anyone ever says send me your address on YouTube, do not, by any means, I don't care if it's Jesus's channel himself, do not give out your address. Do not give out your bank account information. Do not give out any identifying markers to where that you can get doxxed, because people will do it. You send this man money through your own Cash App, he's going to know your name. You think once he gets a YouTube channel, he won't dox somebody? Because a lot of people do it on here. I don't know. I don't have good faith in this. I just don't. I don't have good faith. I don't like it. It's sick. It's icky. It's icky.
Yeah.
Just so they can hand them out. I mean, I know that there's places that'll give it free, but I can get all the flyers people want, and I'll mail them to y'all. Now I know that at the same point in time that there is a hotline in every state for missing people to report a missing person. And I've been trying to pull up all of them so that I can sit there and call these lines and get their email address so I can send them a picture of Sebastian. So that way I can start. If it won't go national, I'll make it go national just by reaching out and putting my son's name and picture on every missing person's website.
It is national there, bud. What are you talking about? You've been on Court TV, News Nation. We can't help the YouTube channels you've been on. I mean, that's just your own doing. But what do you mean? And there's a reason why these networks haven't reached back out to you. And your friend Tony's going to say that they're working on something. I'll believe it when I see it, because if he knew of a date and time he was going to be doing a show, he would be giving it to us,
I'm sorry. There are missing.
And where is Seth right now? I wonder. He looks
People's
like he's
websites
under
out there that I was on this morning.
Yeah.
Not on them.
Damn.
You know, that means people don't know my son. They don't know his face. They don't know his name. It's not out there. My job is not done.
My son.
Until I bring my son home. People are making a big deal about Tony. That has nothing to do with Sebastian. Tony's trying to help me get Sebastian's name out there. Well, Chris and Katie, and people didn't like that. Your kid's not missing, man.
Yeah.
People want to argue about who's on my team, who I share information with.
Right.
I'm just trying to find my son. If I had come across somebody and I think they're a decent person, or they can help me further my goal, which is to find my son, why am I getting penalized from people because I'm trying to find my son?
That's not the case. You're bringing in people that aren't supposed to be working or being around children. They can't be around children. And you're bringing them into your team. Make that make sense. All right, my watch is going to keep beeping, but just make it make sense. I just don't get it.
Can't people put their petty differences aside and realize that there's a 15-year-old kid out? It's lost.
That's one last thing. I'm going to stop trying to pause it. He said, can everybody put their petty differences aside? Do we need to remind everybody who's come out and said stuff that should not ever be out on the internet? I was listening to old interviews and I was taken back by so many things. I mean, it's just weird. This is a weird case.
Yeah. Let me see.
Now, I can say for sure that my wife has told me that there is a bulletin board at her work that has missing children on it. She has seen Sebastian's picture, and that is in southern Indiana. So I've seen it there too. It's in the glass case on the wall that has all the missing kids. She told me that she saw his picture on there in his paper.
I appreciate it. Every picture up is another person to see.
Yeah.
Tony so why isn't Tony getting the websites updated? Merge says
there's nothing to do with the Facebook page.
It's not how he's taking advantage.
That's the person that I communicate, and I have working on that one.
What's the Facebook page that you're referring to when you?
Why does he have someone else working his Facebook page? Someone else working this? Someone else working that? What's he working?
When you say this Facebook page,
really?
There's a Facebook page that was put up. I can get the. I don't have Facebook, so I'm not on there. But I have access to the email address that's on there.
Okay.
So people send.
So he's not going to have access to his own damn website.
Emails to that. I have access to that.
I wanted to ask you this, man, because listen. Reward. I know money. You know, people talk about this money shit, and it's like BS. But a reward, I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, I feel like a reward out there. If somebody does have information, they might come up off of that.
There is a reward. Okay, I'm going to show it again, even though it's not much. $3,000, and it came from Nashville area pledged a minimum cash reward of $3,000 for information that helps investigators find Sebastian. And it was an anonymous group of local business owners. It wasn't Katie, Chris, or Seth. Katie and Chris have put up towards the billboards for Sebastian. They have put up their own money for the billboards. Seth has not put any money towards the billboards for Sebastian. It's just like, no, you're lying. Are they trying to make people forget that there's a reward? There was a reward. I don't understand. Is it still sharing and everything? It was like my side was being weird. Okay, we're good. I didn't think it was. I don't know what's going on with it. Let me go back. It said like on my StreamYard that it wasn't like the audio was out. So let me try it now. And then my iPad it like takes a second. So I was trying to listen in. Let me okay, let me refresh. I just don't want to 224. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm going to play it. Let me know if you guys can hear it. It's still not wanting to share, is it? That's so weird. What the hell? Okay. I'm going to figure this out. That's so weird. Okay. Because he didn't take the video down or anything. It's not him, it's me. Now I wonder if I tried to share something else and play it. Okay. I was going to see if this would play. Nope. Okay. I'm going to go out of the studio because I don't know. This is so weird. Okay. I'm going to go out of the studio and then come back in because my connection's fine. Everything's fine. So that's so weird. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave the stream and I'm going to come right back in like 2 seconds. So I'll be right back. Okay. Let's try this again. If not, I will read the transcript to you guys. What the heck? I have like 2 videos to show you, so this has to work. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Just so they can hand them out.
Is it working?
I know that there's places that'll give it free, but I can get all the flyers people want and I'll mail them to y'all. Yeah. Just so they can hand them out. Just to get them out. Now I know that at the same point in time that there is a.
It sounds like it's working, right? Okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm on my iPad over here. Look, Sheila, I'm like trying to do the iPad so I can hear it, but there's like a time delay. So I'm so sorry about that, guys, but we got it now. I don't know why my internet did that. It's weird. Probably StreamYard.
A hotline in every state for missing people to report a missing person.
And then I did rewind it back a little.
I've been trying to pull up all of them so that I can sit there and call these lines and get their email address so I can send them a picture of Sebastian. So that way I can start. If it won't go national, I'll make it go national just by reaching out and putting my son's name and picture on every missing person's website. There are missing people's websites out there that I was on this morning.
Yeah.
Not on them.
Damn.
You know, that means
why
people don't know my
called
son.
and put him
They
on
don't
there?
know his face. They don't know his name. It's not out there. My job is not done until I bring my son home. People are making a big deal about Tony. That has nothing to do with Sebastian. Tony's trying to help me get Sebastian's name out there. Well, Chris and Katie, and people didn't like that. Your kid's not missing, man.
Yeah.
People want to argue about who's on my team, who I share information with.
Right.
I'm just trying to find my son. If I had come across somebody and I think they're a decent person, or they can help me further my goal, which is to find my son, why am I getting penalized from people because I'm trying to find my son? Can't people put their petty differences aside and realize that there's a 15-year-old kid out that's lost?
Well, hold on a second. Yeah. Hold on a second, Seth, because I'm pretty sure that you started putting stuff out that didn't belong out on the internet. And that's what started this whole circus. That's what started this whole circus. Because you kept pointing at your ex-wife, pointing at her husband. So then the internet started pointing over there. Now you got everybody pointing over there, but now people are starting to go, okay. If you guys have not went back to the original interviews, we can do that because there is so much interesting things that I never heard before. Oh my Lordy.
I can say for sure that my wife has told me that there is a bulletin board at her work that has missing children on it. She has seen Sebastian's picture, and that is in southern Indiana. So I've seen it there too. It's in the glass case on the wall that has all the missing kids. She told me that she saw his picture on there in his paper.
I appreciate it. Every picture up is another person to see.
Yeah.
Tony so why isn't Tony getting the websites updated? Merge says.
Well, there's nothing to do with the Facebook page.
It's not how he's taking advantage.
That's a different person that I communicate, and I have working on that one.
What's the Facebook page that you're referring to when you say this Facebook page?
There's a Facebook page that was put up. I can get the I don't have Facebook, so I'm not on there. But I have access to the email address that's on there.
Okay.
So people send emails to that. I have access to that.
I wanted to ask you this, man, because listen, reward. I know money, people talk about this money shit and it's like BS, but a reward, I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, I feel like a reward out there, if somebody does have information.
There is a reward. I just showed you $3,000. I think it's actually $3,500. So what do you mean? And you have over $25,000. Can't you put like $5,000 into that? Just make the reward 10,000.
They might come up off of that.
And that's that attorney. Now people want to donate using electronics and stuff, and that attorney Lewis only will accept checks made to him, delivered to him in person, so he can write receipts. I'm still working with my attorney. We were trying to put up a trust, and then the bank turned around and was like, well, you have to have, not only do you have to have the paperwork for the trust, but you also have to have a trust foundation to be over the trust. So my attorney is looking into that. She doesn't know everything, but she's looking into it. And until I get it up, I'm not going to have people sitting there and donating to it.
Well, I asked that because I know a lot of us that want to put into there.
Hold on. He said it's not set up yet. So, and I'm not going to have people donating to it. Like, he sounds like he's doing us a damn favor, but it's not even set up yet. So what are we going to donate to? That makes no sense.
Not only do you have to have the paperwork for the trust, but you also have to have a trust foundation to be over the trust. So my attorney is looking into that.
An attorney wouldn't have to look into that. She would know exactly what to do.
Doesn't know everything, but she's looking into it. And until I get it up, I'm not going to have people sitting there and donating to it. The trust. So my attorney is looking into that. She doesn't know everything, but she's looking into it. And until I get it up, I'm not going to have people sitting there and donating to it.
What do we donate to if it's not up?
Well, I asked that because I know a lot of us that want to put into there, and we want to, and maybe
the trust will be written by the attorney. It won't be.
I mean, I'm sure he can go through the attorney, do the. I've been looking into escrows and crowdfunding. He can go and do all that crap himself. He doesn't need an attorney to even do that. He can go do that himself. He can go and open up a bank account, and he doesn't even need to escrow it. He can just put all the money into it to where he can't touch it, and then maybe he can even put it into Sebastian's name. And then if he's found, you take the money and you give it to the person or something. I don't know. That way you don't have it and somebody else does, or maybe put it into somebody else's hands that you can fully trust. I don't know. Have a power of attorney come in and do it if you feel like you can't control it. But don't bring in Tony, T-Rev, the escrow attorney, that we've never even heard of before. We've heard about him having an attorney, but we've never seen or heard from the lady or man.
By me or anybody else, it'll be ran by the attorney.
Yeah.
And someone finds my son, that will be, the reward will be handed out through the trust, but it will be up to the law enforcement. It has nothing to do, it will have nothing to do with me, except for I'm trying to get it set up so it's 100% legit, so there's no questions or anything else.
It's cool for Caleb Harris's parents to double the reward money. They had $25,000 for him, now it's $50,000. It's cool for them to do it, but not for Seth, the cops are saying.
So I'd like to address that page that I put out.
Here we go.
That one right there that you just put up, right there, it can be mailed or dropped off.
Okay.
And he doesn't take cash. It's only checks. He doesn't do any type of electronic transfer or any of that sort of stuff. So a lot of people.
Put a 1 in the chat if you still use a checkbook. Anybody use a checkbook still? I'm sure some people do because, bills, but I pay everything electronically. Who the hell has a check? I mean, I do have checks for my business, but
people, I haven't even pushed it because I can't even get a hold of that.
Checks only.
It's still there.
Send us your account information. Your account number's on your check.
Oh, wow.
7,500 that was there for that is promissory notes from businesses in the area.
I read that too. I read up on that. So there's promissory notes. So I read that last night. There's promissory notes from people in the area. I know tons of people that want to put into this reward. So they have to mail in a check or what else to this exact address. Still to this day, you could mail that into them.
Yeah, that's that attorney's address.
Okay.
Hey Seth, there's a person in chat. Big Bird said all Walmart should have his poster. They post the same kids, especially current cases. I know in New England area we have Sebastian posted.
So I'll give it. Okay.
So up in Maine, he's talking about in the New England area. He said Sebastian's picture is posted on the bulletin board in the Walmarts on the missing children's bulletin board.
So his name is getting out there, and I could let you know it's in Ohio too. So he thinks, and I can understand this, but he thinks that everybody in the whole wide world needs to know who his son is. And that's just not plausible. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking about sending other police agencies his photo and, you know, making them put a missing persons out in every state or something. I'm like, no, you can't even do that. You can't even do that. But if you want to help, just send your check there. No, don't do that. I'm just kidding.
Every day Sebastian is found. I'm in Missouri. Bothell, you said. Karen says, Seth, because we know there are bad people out in the world. We know you're hurting and are very concerned you will get hurt by thugs exploiting your desperation, Karen said.
No, I understand that. Believe me. You know, I dealt with a lot of people upset that I asked people to step off my team. But they weren't transparent with me. There's things going on behind the scenes that nobody knows about. Yeah, well, I'm human. I've never been one to say I'm perfect. I'm not a perfect person.
None of us are.
Never been a perfect dad. It was my first time experience being a dad. I've been working at it for 15 years. Now I'm in the middle of trying to find my son again. You know,
find my son again.
I never said I was perfect. People need to
find my son again. He always says that again. Is he meaning when he had to move because Katie was moving for her job?
Understand that.
Or maybe when they got divorced.
I do stuff. I get heated. I get upset. People don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and I'm only human. I can only take so much until I just blow my top. What dad wouldn't? When it comes to the kids, you know, we're supposed to protect them, and I can't even find mine to protect them. I've got people that were in my group that were snakes. All right.
I've read some of them things
that literally hurt me, and they were hurting what I was trying to do, which is find my son by keeping information that they should have been telling me.
Oh, we know who he's talking about.
Information.
He's talking about Chloe, the PI. And it wasn't information he needed. It was like it was like mute. I forget what it was even. It was like nothing that even he needed to know. She wanted to know. So I think she wanted to check on the searchers. Like, she wanted background checks on the searchers. She's the private investigator. Listen to her. So he gets rid of her and he's been talking crap about her ever since. She's still out there, boots on the ground, searching for his son for free still doing it. And then he comes on T-Rev's channel that has 70-some thousand subscribers and he's bad-mouthing her again. Like, leave her alone. She's out there looking for your damn kid and not asking you for a dime.
To you I heard about that. And what did T-Rev ask that to what? Address the misinformation that Tony has been saying everywhere. Okay, so are you pertaining to the video?
And T-Rev, you don't have to wear 14 Sebastian bracelets on each arm. We know you're invested.
The vehicle, him being taken in the vehicle, the AI recording, obviously the skags, and then I think they're also referring to Crabtree that came out and said those things on TikTok.
I met Crabtree, dude, the same day you did.
Okay. Yeah. That day when we were at dinner, I remember him. Yeah.
You know, as for Watch My US, that is a highly decorated deputy. The reason it said anonymous is that they didn't have the information and they just put the information that they had in and they hit send. And the AI itself fills in everything else as anonymous because it's unknown.
Okay.
It's to work alongside with an Amber Alert or a national alert. It's just another form and way of getting the information out. I will tell you that I never received the Amber Alert for my own son. All right.
That's crazy.
The system is flawed. There is no system that's perfect.
Hold on a second.
But if you have multiple backups.
Probably because he's not from the damn area. He's from like another state, isn't he? Or he's not from that county. I mean, not another state, that county. Does it go by county or does it go by state with their Amber Alert? Would he have gotten one? I'm kind of curious because I know the Amber Alert systems are flawed. I know that I get Amber Alerts here, but I don't know if I get all of them. Does that make sense? He's got his notifications turned off. Probably. That was just like, wait a minute.
For it.
I was thinking of Nina for some reason being out of town. She's not coming either.
And hopefully one gets through.
$2,500.
My thing, and I want to ask you this: what role has social media played in the search efforts for Sebastian, in your eyes?
First time I did it was with Pascal. Second person, I believe, was you.
Yeah.
It got another 1,000 people knowing that all of a sudden that there's a missing 15-year-old autistic child. It helps reach out to people.
It does.
Get people on the same page. It causes a lot of drama and disturbance in the force, because there's always going to be those type of people that are not for finding Sebastian. They're for the drama. There's people out there that are like, oh, you're causing drama. Well, I'm not really hip with this social media stuff. I mean, it took me 45 minutes to figure out how to upload a 48-second video to YouTube today. All right.
Yeah, I get it.
I could program a VCR when I was a kid, and my parents couldn't. All right. Oh, I feel like I'm the parent waiting for my kid to show me how to do something.
I would donate. Denise says it is time for the reward to be put out. Money talks, and I want to donate money to find Sebastian. Forget the BS and con artist. Find Sebastian. Denise, I'm
just going to show y'all again, just in case you're just now coming in. There is a reward out there. Local businesses put together $3,000 to help find Sebastian. I think it's up to $3,500. No one else. But we've got GoFundMe's, we've got t-shirt apps, we've got stores. We've got it all. We've got Facebook monetization pages. Watch out, buddies. Coming in hot. Oh, and don't let me forget to show you this next video, because before we get to the TikTok Tony. Hold on. Sorry.
I got to be able to, figure things out. We get this reward set up, and we can, put this towards Sebastian, and he could be found. Maybe again, somebody has some vital information and they see these dollar signs, because these demons, they see dollar signs and they want to come eat that crap up. And if they have information, maybe that is the closure that may come into play. And I hate to say it like that, but it is. I mean, money walks, and people, there could be someone holding on to information until they see money.
And I understand that.
Seth, do you personally want FBI to take full charge of this case?
Do you?
I reached out, and the bridge is being reestablished between me and Sumner County.
Thank you, Joe.
All right.
Because they don't trust you.
I feel more confident after having a 2-hour conversation with them than I was in the past.
Yeah, and that's good. That's good. Are you now let's jump into law enforcement real quick, because at the vigil I didn't see one officer out there, and for me, I've seen quite a few vigils, and usually there's officers there supporting the this missing whoever, even adults. Like, so the fact that I didn't see an officer out here was kind of weird to me, because you would think there would be an officer. Almost every vigil I've seen, there's officers there. They join the community. They're hugging or talking to the father or mother or family members, and we're just not seeing that here in this case. I feel like law enforcement is just being very brief with everybody. As far even you guys, whether Chris, Katie, they're not. It just seems weird. It seems weird, and they're not out there doing.
We don't know what
up to these vigils.
We don't know what they're doing, man. They're keeping that stuff close to the chest.
Is there a connection with
Exactly.
CP and law enforcement that you know of?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm not in Sumner County.
I keep getting that there's people that keep they come to me and they show me this, and I try to make the connection, but I want to know where that connection is, because there's a alleged connection there, but I haven't seen it as far as like a friend or anything like that.
I have no idea.
To be able to connect it fully. Send Seth personal money orders. I see we need addressed. What do we need addressed? Awesome girl. What do we need addressed? They need a national. Yes. So I want to talk to you about that also. How can we get this thing national? Because I think statewide it needs to be bigger than that.
Like I said, there's a number in every state for a missing person that is for their state. I need those numbers so that I can reach out to them and send emails, so I can get them a picture of my son and get them the flyers so that they can sit there.
False info on
out there. Hey, I do love you all, Rev Gang, but I do have to go. I've got things I got to do. I got to get back to this map.
Do you think? Appreciate you coming up. I'm sure everybody else does too. Sebastian Strong. You said, Seth Rogers, I think you need help with navigating Facebook. It will help alleviate some of the drama, and I will help with this, as I have a son with autism, and I ran groups with over 100,000 members.
Seth, I have
Get out of here.
one more question for you before you go. Do you know of any possible YouTube channel that Sebastian has ever had with Call of Duty videos, or is that not him?
No, Sebastian only has one Gmail account that I've set up for him. And
I wanted to play this for his voice. Just
hold up a freaking dang second here. What's a 15-year-old boy need a Gmail account for if you don't use the damn internet? Why is he using the internet? Man, y'all, he was using the internet more than these people even knew.
because Seth would know if this is his voice or not immediately. He would be able to say yes or no.
No,
Here's a video that I can
now. I'm not going to say nothing. Not going to say nothing.
across.
I'm on one tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
Sebastian Rogers on it, and it's Call of Duty. It would be when he was like 7 or 8, if it was him.
And back then.
Where's the voice?
And enjoy the video.
I don't think it is, but where's he talking?
And leave a like and subscribe. Have a good day.
Is it not his voice?
No.
Okay, just making sure because it did say Sebastian Rogers on here. It said August 5th of 2015, and I don't know if you've seen that other video circulating either, which was on another Sebastian Rogers page, which was January 16th of 2024. I don't know if you were aware of that video, but it's only 9 seconds, so I'll show you it real quick before you leave. You got to see this because I came across it. It's been sent to me all day long. Here it is, right?
Send it to me, Rev. I gotta go.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'll send it to you.
Now you got my number, right?
Yes, I do got it. I got it right here, the right one. All right, Bubba. Take it easy. Appreciate you. All right, Seth. Thank you, Bubba. Shout out to Seth. We appreciate him coming out, man.
Now, I forget what this video is about. So if anyone knows, let me know. I forget. It's just somebody walking. I forget who it is, though, or what they're saying it was. But yeah, whole lot of bullshit in there. There was a whole lot of bull crap in that we heard. Like, he doesn't do social media, but he has a Facebook page. He doesn't do social media, but he has a YouTube channel that he put a 40-second clip of Sebastian on from when he was 9 years old. That is so blurry. It looks like it was taken from one of those huge cameras that you used to put on your shoulder, those VHS players. You put the VHS in the camera. I'm talking about the big ones. That's what it looks like it was recorded on. Actually, I think it would have been better quality if it was recorded on that. But crazy. Very weird. Very weird. Okay, so I want to show you this video because this one got me going again. You're going to hear Seth in this video say he had his son enrolled at Beechwood Middle School, and he was about to re-enroll him back there. Seth, that's a downright lie. He didn't live with you to go to that school at your house last year, and you want to put him in homeschool, so that's another lie. I'm so sick of the lies. We're just going to keep pointing them out.
Flyers and posters have been plastered around Sumner County to find 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Haley Wilkes. Bob Mueller has the day off. He was reported missing from his family's home on February 26th. And since then, there have been search parties, prayer vigils, and an open investigation. Sebastian's biological father is talking with News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry about how he's approaching every day with positivity. Caitlin.
Seth Rogers, Sebastian's biological father, says every day is a day Sebastian could turn up. He tells me he has kept Sebastian enrolled at Beach High School since February and will be re-enrolling him again in the fall as he hopes to have.
What's that lie? What's this lie? Yeah, and Seth didn't have 9 seconds. Yeah, just see. Yeah. Huh. I didn't even think about that island high. I didn't even, you're so right. Why did Seth not have 9 seconds to listen to see if that was Sebastian? He was just like, nope. And then he hurried and got off, which I could tell that wasn't Sebastian's voice too. It sounded like, I was like, but why did it say Sebastian Rogers 2015? Now I'm wondering if it was his and maybe Seth made it for him. And then Seth was like, oh, I better get this off of the internet. Now, I don't know. Oh, sorry, Mary. I was on the other page. Yeah, no, you guys are right though. Wow. Yeah. No, you guys are so right. I didn't even think of that. That in this case doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, somebody. So yeah, let me play this and go back.
Have his son back by then. Take a look at this video. Seth has kept Sebastian enrolled at Beach High School since February and will be re-enrolling him again in the fall.
Yeah. So, no, you didn't. You didn't, Oh, wow. Thanks, Regina. Man, there's so many people that fundraise and stuff. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Just want to let you know, anything that you donate, 30% goes to YouTube and then 70% goes to my pocket. I mean, unless I do donates and stuff, but it's pennies. But so he says that he had him enrolled and now he's going to re-enroll him. But we've all heard this whole time that he was going to homeschool Sebastian and Sebastian didn't want to be homeschooled. So is he going to Beechwood High School this year when we find him, you know? Or is he getting homeschooled? Patriotism, I don't have a Venmo. I have a PayPal though. I don't have a Cash App or a Venmo. And my mod made me put my PayPal on here. She was like, put your PayPal on there. They take 30%. And I was like, no. We argued one night in the chat. Because YouTube does take a cut. Actually, I think they double tax you because then you have to pay taxes at the end of the year. Damn YouTube. I haven't been double taxed since I was a server. I didn't even think that was a thing. So, okay. Do you guys want to watch we can go ahead and watch it. I have the video from TikTok Tony. He went live last night on TikTok. And let me see, I forget who it was. Savage. Yes, so Savage Live Media, she got it. She must have an alert set for him and I need to figure out how to follow him and I'll set an alert so we know when he goes live because then I can at least run in here and record it for us. But he's been going live over on TikTok for days. He has an account under Caleb Harris's name that has 10,000 followers. And then he has one under Sebastian's name that has like 3,000. Anything over 1,000, you can be monetized. And he is because he gets those little super stickers on his head and stuff. And anything over 1,000 subscribers, you can do a live. So I'm pretty sure that this channel is monetized because it looked like we could see them actually getting the money one night. Like the super chats were coming in or whatever you call them on TikTok. The little coins, whatever you use. So I got through 14 minutes of this before I said, we're going to watch this together. Because there was just so much. I was going to stop every 2 seconds. So I'm trying not to stop too much, but you know, it's crazy. He's on a panel with Bertha, K. Jen, Katie Hale, Sebastian Army, which is going to be Tony, Shane, and Delta. And let me put her link in the chat really quick so I don't forget. Go over and check her out. She has a really good channel. And she's been getting these videos of old TikTok Tony. I think it's hilarious. Oh, I know. Regina, yeah, I said brother. When he said that, I about passed out in my chair. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Now we're calling each other brother. Okay. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit or fast forward it a little.
7 hours of that is accounted.
Not fast forward. I mean, I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. Oops. Sorry, wrong button. If it's going too fast, just let me know, but I'm just going to take it up to 1.25 right now.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that either.
Okay, let's go to 1.5 and see.
I think that's something that Bullhorn Betty's looking into as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's going to look into that. And look, I'm sure detectives they're not dumb. I'm sure they know that. I'm sure they investigated that already. They already probably got a hit where it is. They know there's a 10-hour gap. But again,
he also go ahead.
No, I was going to say in an ongoing investigation, the police department wants to release at least amount of information as possible. Because let me say this way: if you have a suspect or a person of interest, you don't want to spook them.
Also, I just want to remind everybody in the chat real quick that Tony is a spokesperson. He's not in law enforcement. He's not going to be privy to a lot of the information that you guys are hoping to.
He's not going to be privy to any information.
Have.
Well, Tony, I was wondering this too. I know that we've heard there has been no forensics, only dogs, correct? From what you know?
From what I know, there was not a forensics team in the house at all.
Yeah, and I can tell you why that is. As of right now, again, to get a search warrant, you got to have probable cause. They don't believe that if they're not doing that, they don't believe the crimes. If a crime was committed, they don't believe the house was the crime.
So it would.
You're going to find whatever you find, you're going to solve because he lived there. We got a little bit of DNA here. Yeah, he lived there. Well, there's a little blood here. Yeah, he lived there.
So I mean, that would kind of have to be planned to not get your house searched, to be like,
No.
he walked out.
No, because
like kidnapping.
They searched the house 3 or 4 times and they've searched her car twice.
they would have done forensics,
That's old
right?
news.
Because they're going to look at when you do forensic. What are you looking for? What are you going to look for as far as forensic?
Your
I mean,
parents
you
know?
understand, and I think what Delta's trying to say is anything you would find in that house, there would be plausible deniability because he was a
Right.
resident of that house.
What they should do is do a forensic on the vehicle, the inside, because let me tell you, if you
They
find
did.
whatever he was wearing that
Do
night,
you think that these investigators are that stupid? Do you think that they didn't go to training? Do you think that this is their first rodeo? I think even you and well, I would. I got a degree in it. I know for sure I would. But I'm pretty sure you, me, and everybody else in the world would know to preserve evidence, which would be the house and the cars. Come on now, like please don't ever apply to be a sheriff or a deputy or anything law
you
enforcement
find a
wise.
speck. You can't. No matter how much you try to clean the car, you're not going to get rid of all the forensic. You're not going to get rid of all the crimped little pieces of nylon that's there. You're going to find something.
Delta, do you think that they have checked almost like the cars forensic, or I can't even say forensic, like the digital footprints of the cars yet?
I can't say. I don't know what they investigated, what they did, and so.
Would they have to have a warrant for that?
Would they what?
Have to have a warrant for that?
Yes.
That, or they could have probable cause.
Don't you think there would have been probable cause?
No, not if it's a run. Not if they're actively investigating a runaway. No. But if they want to search and they think it's foul play, then yeah, they would have to get a warrant for it.
But I will tell you that vehicle's information certainly tells a story.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
So-
I'm sure that's what they're focused on is that vehicle.
The police have to know. I mean,
Because
someone must.
Yeah, you gotta remember that's the last thing that was caught on the ring cam was the vehicle leaving that house. The scent of the dog, that's the last hit, was in that area, in the garage, the driveway.
Yep. It's
I mean, the
true.
mother holds the key to everything. Everything.
Oh yeah, she has that puzzle piece that we need.
But I mean, that would have to take out the other probability of, Chris being involved with moving the body, or does it?
Right now, it becomes.
You don't
it doesn't
need.
matter. Even if
You don't need a search warrant to search a house. If their son is missing and the officers are, in any case, if the officers come into your home and they say, can we search your home? And you say yes, then they can go to town. They can do whatever they want. They'll ask you first before they go and get a warrant. If you say no, then they're going to hold up some cops at the house for a little bit and they're going to go get their warrant. But if right out the gate, son's missing, first day, second day, they're going to ask, can we check your home? Double check your home, make sure your son's not in an attic, a crawl space, things of that nature. And they would have said, yeah, they would have said, yeah, sure, come on in. If they would have said no, then we would know about it, and then there'd be a bigger problem.
mom did it, dad helped conceal the crime. I'm speculating, just giving an example. I'm not saying that this is what happened. Then the dad would still be convicted or charged with at least an accessory or an accessory after the fact.
Stepdad.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I meant, the husband, the stepdad. Did I say dad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, a stepdad. Would be at least be looking at those charges right there. It would be an accessory to the crime or an accessory after the fact. You knew but didn't report.
Okay, say hypothetically,
No, they wouldn't.
there was a CPS report. And Katie and Chris were scared about Sebastian being questioned. So maybe someone, they said we gotta get rid of him or something.
Again, that's all speculation.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, again, you can. We can come up with a lot of if scenarios, but it's facts.
Mom or dad.
We got to look at.
And we can play armchair quarterback as to how they handled the investigation. I've got some opinions on that. I know Seth does as well. But let me give you Delta. Have you followed Caleb Harris's case at all?
I have not.
So you guys that have followed his case, he goes missing. He left the apartment on his own. He goes missing. They come down. The law enforcement comes to the apartment, and you have, before they even get there, You've got roommates cleaning things up as per the father's request. You've got a grandma in there cleaning the whole apartment, law enforcement walking around, neighbors walking around, and, you know, very careful not to call that a crime scene, but at very least it was a scene.
He's making it seem like this is like the John Benet Ramsey case. There was somebody unalived in there and they're all just walking around tainting the crime scene. Come on now. They didn't have a bunch of people in there. They don't know a bunch of people.
And, you know, my opinion, knowing every ounce of information on that case, is that that scene should have been secured. That
you contaminated it.
Yeah, you bring everybody out of there. I mean, we got a neighbor in there that didn't even know the roommates, that's walking around in there taking pictures of stuff and putting them on social media. And
he's confusing the two cases. Now he's talking about Caleb's case and the roommates. What are you talking about?
And nobody did anything with malicious intent. You know, Caleb's room wasn't quite, you know.
Now, Tony, can I ask you a question? You don't have to answer it, okay?
Sure.
He's going to go on to say that they were cleaning up Caleb's apartment, blah, 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 but the roommates had nothing to do with it. That's what he's going to say. But Chris and Katie didn't clean up their house as far as we know, and they're guilty.
Does Seth
think it makes sense, Tone?
Attorney on retainer?
He does.
Okay. I kind of figured he would. I kind of figured he would.
So you got the dad that asked the roommates, hey, go tidy up his room before his mama gets down here. You know, again, nothing nefarious. You got a grandma of one of the roommates. The roommate's just distraught. The roommates had nothing to do with anything.
If the Proudfoots just tidied up his room, woo.
So she's in there trying to be a good grandma, and she's wiping everything down, cleaning everything up. All this is going on, and the scene was never processed. So, you know, it does happen.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know my grandma stress cleans.
Yeah, she was definitely stress cleaning.
Why would they allow so many people in and out?
Why did he say she?
You know,
when he said it was the two male roommates and the dad there. And then he said she was stress cleaning. So are they talking about Caleb's mom was in there stress cleaning then?
They made some determination early on that evidently they didn't need to secure that scene. But, you know, I've said from day one in both cases, you don't know what you don't know. So I would like to see in every situation that they err on the side of caution and go ahead and clear everybody out of there and preserve the scene.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That would be common sense, you would think. For cops.
At least as far as we're sitting here armchair quarterbacking. Yes,
right. I love your feet, by the way, Kayla.
Huh? On my feet? That's all you get, my feet.
And yeah, you know, the only reason I asked that, Tony, was because somebody was asking me is, well, if somebody's in it, it's innocent in this case, would you still get an attorney? And I said, absolutely.
There's no way I'd go through any difficult situation in life, even if it just involved money, without an attorney.
Absolutely.
Tony.
Well, yeah, I was making
you need an attorney.
Comments earlier on what Seth should do, and I know he's hearing it from everybody, but I would think pre-recorded videos from now on would be, I think it would appease everyone. He doesn't even have to do that. I mean, but just appease everyone. Like when he's out there searching, be like, self-record and be like, I'm out here searching for Sebastian, day, whatever.
Yeah, as an attorney, I wouldn't recommend that.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe at the dinner kitchen table, like, hey, you know, just checking in. I'm doing okay. Nothing new to report. You know, stay blessed.
Again, I'm different. It all depends on what his attorney is advising him to do.
Oh, true.
Well, pre-recorded will be better than live either way.
Anything to keep the media off his back.
Well, look, I mean, you guys know better than anybody. This case has been messy, and he does not, Seth is not one that likes to be in front of a camera. Generally, when he gets in front of a camera, it's because we have
I beg to differ. I beg to differ that he doesn't like being on camera. He's been on camera for hours and hours and hours and hours on end. I'm not talking about a cameo appearance for 30 minutes. I'm talking about 6-7 hours he's hanging out, talking about nothing. Nothing that, I haven't learned anything about Sebastian through Seth, other than he's unique. And I have that clip too, if we need to play it. Unique.
Very well planned, pre-recorded interview, or he's frustrated with something that he wants to clear up. Now, I will say that we have got a YouTube channel that we are going to start pushing people to. And we are going to do a show on that channel once a week. And we're going to take questions, and we're going to take kind words, and we're going to talk about Sebastian. And it's going to be the type of format where I'm presenting him with those questions and allowing him to talk to the public and answer some of those questions. And we may even create a format where we've got another guest on the show with us, but he is going to be addressing the public once a week on his own channel.
Hear that? Once a week, they're starting their YouTube channel, y'all. They've already got over 1,000 subscribers, so they just need their watch time hours now. I'm not doing it. I'm not subscribing. I'm not going to do it. Because I think it's ridiculous that you would start a YouTube page and the first video you put on there is your kid when he's 9 years old, and it's so fuzzy you can't even tell which kid is him. If he wasn't moving the camera for us to know, we wouldn't even know which one was his son. I don't get it.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
With filtered questions, right?
Very filtered questions.
Very filtered.
Yes.
So they're going to feed him questions. What is that going to do for Sebastian? I mean, there's so many YouTubers that are talking about this right now. I'm not saying that he won't, get his name out there more, but he says that he's going to be searching. He's searching. He's looking, but I haven't seen him look. Does anybody have video or photos other than that first time that he looked with JLR? Anybody have anything?
I still love that. Yeah, that would be all you would need.
I mean, because if you're not working and you're taking off work because your son's missing to find your son, you probably shouldn't be on the internet all day. I'm just saying.
And we do have, just so you guys
I need to
know,
look into
we are
something.
going to do, we've got the Ashley Banfield show that we're nailing down. We've got Fox and Friends that we're working on getting a date and time on. But I will tell you, for all of you guys that are Bullhorn Betty fans like I am, we are going to be on with Bullhorn Betty on her live on YouTube Thursday night at 7:00.
Right on. I love Bullhorn Betty.
Have you thought about a show featuring Caleb Harris's dad and Seth?
Yeah, I think when we create the right platform, I think that it would be great to have Randy on the channel that we set up, because Randy's not going to set up his own YouTube channel. That's just not his personality.
Yeah.
But I think if we could get several thousand subscribers and we can create a decent platform and an audience, I think it'd be a great idea to have both of those guys on.
Yeah. Two dads going through the same thing.
Let me tell you a little something here. Beginning October 1st, 2020, paid parental leave may be granted, and it is granted to corrections officers. Paid parental leave is limited to 12 work weeks and may be used only during the 12-month program, beginning at the date or placement involved. So, Seth, are you getting paid time off right now? Plus your GoFundMe? Plus your t-shirt, totes, hats, website? I'm just curious because I'm just curious. It's very weird. And now you got Bullhorn Betty on there. We watched that live. Remember the night before last? That ship. Oh my gosh, that train wreck. She was laughing. We had her on 1.5. I was like, oh my God, don't listen to her laugh on 1.5.
Thing. I mean, just talking. I think that would be just talking about their children. That would be hit so many hearts, and just hopefully want people to help more. You know what I mean? Help search, get his name out more.
Because there's some
Both of their
people that are involved in the Sebastian case that have never heard of Caleb Harris and vice versa.
Yeah, Denity, I am.
True crime discussion. It doesn't matter. Your experience, your perception.
He's
your
live. You're right.
Your outlook is just as important as the person next to you. So it doesn't really.
So this is him live right now. And thank you guys for letting me know in the chat. We'll listen to the one that he's doing right now because we can always go back and play the other one. Because that one I have recorded. This one will go away when it's done. It'll be deleted.
Is he in it for the right reasons? Yes and yes. So let's move on.
No and no.
No, you're good. And I'll add to that. I was blessed to create some media contacts in helping Caleb Harris and his family. So what I brought to the table for Seth, in addition to caring and being able to take arrows on his behalf, is that I do have media contacts and I've got content creator contacts. And that kept Seth from having to go out and find all those on his own. I'm able to use those through
Randy.
to help another father with a missing child. So, do I have a spokesperson's background? No, you can't pay the bills doing that. It's a volunteer job.
Gina Rising wants to know, people in Facebook groups are asking how they can get flyers.
So the Find Sebastian Rogers Facebook group, and I don't know, Nicole, I think, was in here. If Nicole, she is our admin of that page. She's also the admin of our Caleb Harris page. And I've worked with her now for, I guess close to 3 months. If Nicole could drop a link, that would be helpful. But it's got about 4,100 followers, and we're trying to create a lot more local followers as well. But it is called Find Sebastian Rogers, and it's got a green background. And if you reach out to Nicole, she and a couple of the other moderators are working with Seth, and they'll be able to get you flyers, digital copies, whatever it is you're looking for.
Tony, that email, do you want to, because I have gotten a few messages about the email account for any information to be sent your way or any assistance or anything?
That is, We Are Sebastian's Army, all lowercase, no apostrophes. We Are Sebastian's Army at gmail.com. And one of the Facebook moderators has control of that email. So that will go directly to her. And she is someone that has access to Seth as well.
Well, Seth said he had access to that email.
All right. One last thing I'm going to address before I get off here. Everybody has a background, okay? Doesn't matter who it is, what you did. That does not define who you are today. So me, I got a background. I'm not ashamed of it. But that doesn't change what I do. That doesn't change what Tony does. That doesn't change what anybody else does. The only thing that matters is bringing these missing people home. Sebastian has been missing way too long. He needs to be brought home.
Sir, you need to get off the benzos.
Could not agree more. Appreciate you coming up tonight, missing.
All right, y'all have a wonderful night.
Hey, wait, where's Blue?
Good night, Dan. I actually have to drop down too because I got to make sure.
Yeah, I'm actually, I want to thank everybody that came here with good intentions tonight. Thank everybody for listening. If anybody has any questions, obviously you can message me. I'm readily available. So appreciate you guys. Love you all. Seth appreciates the heck out of you, and y'all have a good night. I'm going to jump off.
Have a good night, Tony.
Okay, well, wish we would have got that a little sooner, but that's okay. We got to see a little bit of it.
His family.
Oops. And now we'll go back over here.
But
and
I will
did
tell you guys that we are on a three-way text, Seth and Randy.
Oh, and I did, I will make sure that I follow him. That way, if he ever goes live, we'll know. Is he still live or is he getting off? He said he's getting off, but sometimes somebody saying something at the end. Okay, he got off. Okay, we'll go ahead and go back to this and listen to this.
Harris and myself, and those guys do exchange kind words back and forth on a regular basis.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. Because no one knows what he's going through but him. Right.
And Cajun has talked on the phone with me and Randy Harris, and I will tell you, he is a salt of the earth human.
We've just got to find a way to get these Amber Alerts out faster, for one, and to figure out what the heck's going on that our kids keep going missing for two.
I mean, I can tell you that speaking to a friend of mine who is an officer, he's never heard of, Sebastian Rogers. And I was telling him about the case, and it's sad. I mean, it is.
I know I didn't hear about Caleb Harris until I heard about Tony.
Yeah, Caleb Harris is it's very odd because he went missing a week after that on a Sunday night and went missing in the middle of the night, and he was also barefooted. So you can imagine how eerily similar the cases are to.
Yeah, that is crazy. I didn't know that he was barefooted.
What month did he go missing in?
He went missing on March 4th.
So a month. Wait, I'm getting my dates mixed up. I gotta be.
One week to the day, essentially.
And have you seen Summer Wells' case?
No, quite frankly, I've only followed a couple of these cases. I followed the Gabby case, and I followed the Idaho 4 case, and that's really it.
Well, I know the Summer Wells case was Tennessee, around that area also, and she hasn't been found, but she was around 5.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the people that have been critical of law enforcement, it's because that, you had Summer Wells, you had Riley Strain, then you have Sebastian, and the public really doesn't feel like they've got true answers in any of the 3 cases. So, it's natural for people to start being critical, but, I just believe you have to let them do their job. I truly do. And I know I've put pressure on them to communicate with Seth, but one thing I've never done is question whether they're good at their job or not.
Yeah, I spoke on that, and I try to tell people, look, it's much easier to gather evidence. The time it takes is actually processing the evidence, because remember, not every evidence that they process do they have the lab there. They might have to send that to another state or even to the FBI to analyze.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And here's the other thing, is that we hear people throwing things out like, let's just say, for instance, we're talking about Caleb's case. The FBI is involved. The Secret Service is involved. The U.S. Marshals, the Texas Rangers, all of those types of things. Well, Delta can tell you that in these cases like this, you'll have the full force of the local law enforcement agency, and then you'll generally have a representative from each of those other agencies that make up the investigation team. And that representative, let's say the FBI representative, the U.S. Marshals representative, that kind of thing, they'll have meetings every week and they'll cuss and discuss. But what that doesn't mean is they've got a whole FBI
He
team,
took that
whole Secret Service.
He took that saying from Jennifer Coffendaffer. She said, we're going to cuss and discuss tonight. The same one that they were on. That's weird because I've never heard that before. And now Tony's taken Jennifer Coffendaffer's one-liners.
It means they have one
What the heck?
representative so that they have the resources of those agencies.
Correct.
He straight stole that
I
from
think I
her.
mentioned that earlier, that the only way an FBI can get involved, say in this case right here, they would have to have the state tell them, hey, we're in a jam here. We need your help. We need you to take this over. The FBI cannot just take it over.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And, I think I told Seth early on, I said, the change.org petition, when he wasn't getting communication from them, I said, it's admirable, but it's not effective. It's just not the way it works.
Right.
That was just to let local law enforcement know, hey, this is what we, the people, would like to see you do.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. But, as Delta can tell you, it's a slippery slope. You want to push them hard enough to get them to communicate with the father, but you don't want them thinking that you don't believe that they can do their job. It's a fine line.
Right.
Correct.
Well, I was bringing up how many cases has the law enforcement in that area done before, experience-wise? Are they just
Well, you got to remember,
caught in the dark?
That's the question I wanted to answer. I never got to. Just because you're labeled FBI doesn't mean you're more experienced than a law enforcement. A law enforcement officer could have more experience on the job than an FBI guy. But remember, these are just titles.
Just titles. Tell Seth Rogers that.
Because you're an FBI agent doesn't make you more experienced.
Oh my lordy.
No, I just
It doesn't mean you have more training.
Sheriff's Department or whoever got the case.
Yeah, so I'll give you an example of what Delta's saying is that I have a son that those of you that are close to me know that I have a son that just graduated, and he has a psychology degree and a communications degree, and I have friends that are retired FBI, that are helping him get into that sector, let's say. Well, let's say, and they do have programs where they hire these sharp kids right out of college with college degrees in certain things. And he's looking at more, behavioral analysis type stuff or whatever. So long story short, if my son were to get hired and he would be the liaison on a case like this, well, to Delta's point, you may have a 20-year detective in local law enforcement. And yeah, my son would be the guy that was with the FBI that we could say, well, the FBI is involved. But the truth is that my son's wet behind the ears, and you got a 20-year detective that has investigated hundreds of these cases. Who would you want in charge?
Yeah, the one with experience.
Right.
Yeah, this is.
Go ahead, don't talk.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, this like exactly what he said. It's you want the most experienced on there to take care of this case. And again, you don't want stuff. You don't want stuff if somebody say it does become a criminal investigation and there's people being charged. You want as much evidence as possible to present in court. You don't want attorneys like me having stuff thrown out.
Yeah, I mean, you start making mistakes, and you make Delta's job in his previous life very easy. And
absolutely,
call Robin. Something about law enforcement listens to all social media platforms. You're exactly right. A lot of these law enforcement officers, they're following Sebastian's account, which is why we don't say anything that's going to mess up the investigation. We don't say anything that's going to look bad as far as Seth goes. But we also can use these platforms when we'd like a little more communication. We can use these platforms to deliver that message in a professional way, and it is effective.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's like you said, we've always said, you never know who's listening, who's watching.
100%.
I'm glad Seth doesn't go live while he's searching and doesn't allow the people to do that.
You know what, Tony? I'm gonna follow you. Okay.
Appreciate you, buddy. You're welcome to come up anytime I do a live.
Yep, I got you.
And I'm gonna follow you back, buddy.
Okay.
Casey, I don't know what you want me to say to that question. You guys, I try to come in these chats and give people a chance to get to know me, judge me based on what they see and what their experience is. And I just can't control what people say or do. I can just control what I do.
I was going to say the other day we were questioning Tony, and he came in here with Cajun as his representative, but he was in here and he just told us like it was, basically. And he was brave enough to do that, and he didn't have to do that.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
He didn't know anybody anything.
Exactly. He's not gaining anything from this.
Let's see, missing persons. I'm trying to find your question, the video on it. Oh, I'll address that.
Are they talking about Tony? Because Tony is getting something out of this. He's getting clout. He's getting followers. He's getting money. What are you talking about? Seth don't even know how to work a damn TikTok. This is all going into Tony's pocket.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if Seth didn't even know about no damn TikTok.
Video going around that was supposedly created on a YouTube account by somebody named Sebastian Rogers. I will tell you that Seth just said on T-Rev's show that is not his son. It's not his voice. It's just not Sebastian's account.
Good to know.
Now, hey, Seth, can I ask you a question now? I know
Tony, not Seth.
What's that?
Tony.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that what I said? Yeah, I'm sorry.
You said Seth.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All these names I keep throwing at you.
I know it's BS, but I just want to confirm with you because I have heard rumors also about Alaska.
You mean regarding the case?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of theories that involve trips to Alaska, motorhomes.
Right.
And at this point, all I can tell you is that I have not heard anything to substantiate any of that.
Yeah,
it was a planned trip, I believe, wasn't it? Planned trip that they had. And it was right at the beginning of the case. I think it was something that was like non-refundable or something. It doesn't matter either way. How is that helping find Sebastian? You putting out rumors that the grandparents had something to do with something.
That to me, that's the way I look at it. Unless there's facts, I don't take anything. But I don't take anything serious unless you show me facts.
Well, I think that was coming from the possible, but it hasn't been confirmed, sighting of CP's mom at the gas station.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I will tell you, I had a good conversation with Stephen Crabtree today, who, people think that we're battling back and forth or whatever. And we had an hour-long great phone conversation. And, one thing that law enforcement did not refute is that the witnesses at the Warsham's gas station there. And I don't know how significant that is, but, there is some good information out there that's been out there for a while.
Well, I think that's where Alaska came in is, that Katie possibly met CP's mom at that gas station. Then they went on the trip to Alaska right afterwards.
Get the hell out of here. But her car wasn't on camera leaving, through the ring cameras anywhere. didn't catch her leaving the house to take him to the gas station so he can go to Alaska. Does he have a passport? Because I'm pretty sure you got to go up through Canada. Am I right? Am I right? And you need a passport to go through Canada. So does a 15-year-old boy have a passport? I don't think he does. I didn't have one at 15, but then again, I wasn't traveling anywhere where I need one, but I don't think he's got one. What in the heavens? People are just, they're killing me with this stuff. They're really just, they're irking me.
Yep, I've heard that. Casey, you're welcome to jump into a box if it's okay with Kayla. If you've got some questions you'd like to ask her, you'd just like to get to know me better.
Nope, anybody's
Ew.
welcome. What I won't deal with though is drama and bashing.
Ew.
So,
Okay.
if you want to come up here and settle it.
After I said that, I wasn't sure if I was right. Thank you, Emma. I was getting ready to look that up. Okay, you're right. So they were going to work. I couldn't remember because in the beginning I had heard that it was a trip that they couldn't that they were going on that they couldn't get out of. But you're right. They were going up there for work. So you're exactly right. Because I heard that afterwards. And then after I said that, I was like, was it work or was it? So thank you for correcting me. You're absolutely right.
Talk to him person to person. That's fine.
I'll tell you guys, I've had a couple of larger platform creators on this platform that have told me time and time again that they don't think that it's a good idea that I go on platforms where there's a smaller amount of followers. And I strongly disagreed with that simply because I think some of the best discussions happen on platforms of this size.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You lying son of a bitch. No, we're going national. We're not hanging out with you YouTubers anymore. We're going national, baby. He said that twice now. He said it in Caleb's case and he said it in Sebastian's case. Now he's saying we like these small groups.
Correct.
You like the money they give you.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, and I've said it before, and I guess that's before I knew who you were. Is I wouldn't, and Kayla can back me up on this. And this is before I said I didn't know who you were. I would said, I don't. It doesn't look. I don't think he should be commenting on these subjects, coming on social media. I think he should somebody else, whether it's an attorney or somebody. He shouldn't be on. She shouldn't be on social media.
Yeah, I agree, Callie. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I mean, I'm very open to having a conversation if you want to jump in the box, but I'm not sure what you mean about the shadow that I'm casting on the case. I mean, I don't know how long you've been in this conversation, but we're simply talking about the case and whatnot. So if you want to come in a box and
I looked her up. She didn't have enough followers yet.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, I don't know how to answer that question. I mean, all I can do is be.
You have to have a certain amount of followers to go up to. Well, hell, I can't go up. Someone get me. Okay. That's probably why I couldn't go up on his TikTok the other night, y'all. Remember, okay. So side note, I tried to go on Tony's TikTok live the other night and I'm like, how do I get on this live? Because I didn't see like a live button where you can press it and like go in the backstage or do anything. So it's probably because I have no subscribers. No one likes me. So everybody should go over there and subscribe. Let me see how many we need. Oh, wow. We don't need that many more. We're getting there. We're at 732. Let me put my TikTok in here. If it'll let me. Because I got to have, I think 1,000. If it's 1,000 to live stream, then maybe it's 1,000 to go on a live stream.
Me and help my client, and I can't control what.
Oh, is it 200? Oh, well, we got the 200. But anyway, still go subscribe.
To cast one. I've not seen anything since he's been up here to cast any kind of shadow other than let's bring Sebastian home. Here's facts. Here's possibilities. Here's where we're going to be next on our interviews. Here's the situation. I don't see a shadow. So if you're seeing shadows, you're on the wrong side of TikTok. Because those people are casting their own shadows.
Callie, and I'm not saying that you're saying anything, mean or anything like that. But I've told people time and time again that I think percentage-wise, the amount of good discussions is better here on TikTok than what I've seen over on the tube. And it's just easier for me to have conversations with people around my schedule on TikTok. What I would tell you is make your own judgment on what you see, what you hear. And I can't control what happens over on the tube. Unfortunately, it seems like every one of our lives here ends up over there anyway. So, they've got the same information you do.
I was going to say, honestly, I mean, looking at it, your credibility took a hit with the Steven thing, and you're making up for it. I mean, it was a mistake on both parts, and that can happen to anyone.
Yeah, look, I mean, I told him today on the phone, I said, you won't ever hear me talk about you unless it's in a positive light. And I think Steven's a great dude. I mean, we've had a jillion great phone conversations, and I think he got a lot of pressure for what happened. And I don't think that anybody did anything wrong. I think that people make mistakes, and he's a volunteering his time, and I'm the same way. And, we left and cut up today on the phone. And, again, unless somebody makes a personal attack on me, I mean, I'm all about, second chances or clearing up confusion or whatever. I mean, I'm an open book when it comes to that.
Yeah. I'll come out
Yeah,
and leave.
Shane just texted me. I think he's going to come and join us too.
Okay, we're going to save that box for Shane then.
I love Shane.
Oh my Lord. Where's Blue? Where's Blue at? I want Blue up here. If you don't know who Blue is, go back 2 videos of mine. You'll meet Blue. He's my spirit animal.
Hey, I just have a question for Tony. It's just something that's been driving me crazy. Okay, KP said that Sebastian had the number to the keypad to the front door. But it was also said that when they came home from dinner Sunday evening, she stopped, he got out, went to the front door, she pulled into the garage. But it said he couldn't get in the front door, and he came back down the path and went through the garage. So if he had the keypad number, why couldn't he get in it?
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Yeah, I don't.
Why'd she make it stuff up?
I mean, it's a great question. I honestly don't know the answer to that. Identity. What I'm saying with Steven is that he's a great guy. He is not associating with our team, but we don't have a personal problem with each other.
He don't want nothing to do with y'all.
He's trying to make it clear that he's not a part of Seth's team. He's not a part of my team, if that's what he wants to say. But again, he's a great guy. We had a great conversation today, and we have no issues
Why are we talking teams?
with each other. There's O'Shane.
I'm here, guys. Sorry I'm late.
You're always late to the party, Shane. You're always late.
You're always late. You were late to your own party yesterday.
Yeah, I had unexpected company show up today. I did not expect them to be here, and they just left. So
Y'all better be on your best behavior. We got attorneys, we got law enforcement officers, we got it all now.
So what's going on? Is there anything new going on?
Well, we've got a really, really good open line of communication with law enforcement now. You'll be happy to know that.
Good, good. Had they, I know you couldn't share it or anything like that, but do they have any updates for you guys?
I wouldn't say there's any update, Shane. I would just say that I know he had a 2-hour meeting with him on Friday. And, there was a multitude of things that provoked that, of course. Some of the things that we had said on interviews that we wished were a little better. And, let's just say provoked them to sit down.
Hold on a second. Am I hearing what I think I'm going to hear? Did Seth get called to the principal's office, aka the sheriff's office, and said, keep your mouth closed? And why did you say this and this and this on panels? Oh, we're going to go back and we're going to listen to this one. We're going to go back 5 seconds.
To things that
10 seconds.
I wouldn't say there's any update, Shane. I would just say that I know he had a 2-hour meeting with him on Friday. And, there was a multitude of things that provoked that, of course. Some of the things that we had said on interviews that we wished were a little better. And,
some things that we said on interviews that we wish were a little better.
Sit down, have a nice 2-hour meeting with him. And I'll tell you that he's in a much better place now. And we are supporting them and what they're doing. And we feel like that the communication is better than it's ever been.
That is absolutely wonderful.
I agree.
Yeah, that communication is a key. Absolutely.
Well, it helps to even when there's not always an update, it helps to know a little bit of what's going on. I know it's difficult for families when they, you're sitting back and you don't hear nothing.
Yeah, what I've told people is that there's two components that cause things to get out of control. One of them is the family not getting communication, and the other one is the public. And we've taken care of Seth's part now. He's getting good communication. If we could just get those guys to come out and do a press conference and settle the public down a little bit, I think a lot of the drama would go away.
Right. What was that brought up to him?
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, I think, they've heard my messages loud and clear. They've heard Seth's loud and clear. Seth said the right things to provoke that. He said, it'd be nice for the public to know if this is an isolated incident, if their children are in danger. It'd just be nice to settle the community down. So I would say that that's probably something that you'll see happening in the near future.
Good. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, now we have Tony in here, Shane, retired canine officer or handler, seems how we're allowed to say both, and Mr. Delta down there, the semi-retired criminal defense attorney. Then we got Miss Kaylee Hale, who is a medical coder, and then we got Kay Jen, investigator extraordinaire. Full panel. So
None of those are real jobs. Investigator and extraordinaire.
If I were you guys in the chat, I would be taking advantage of, retired
And I'm a
law
fairy.
enforcement, retired criminal defense attorney. I mean, those guys are a wealth of knowledge.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you mean my medical coding has no experience in this?
No, none, but I had to throw it in there.
Hey, no disrespect to my fellow Okie.
I mean, I had to give you some kind of title.
I know. I'm just joking. I really don't have any experience.
I normally
We got
call
a
my partner in crime
semi-retired
until
defense
I get to read
attorney.
The crime part.
Yeah. I have a question for Shane. What took you so long to get in here?
Oh gosh. Well, I had to go get Jay's pastries from
Oh
Dunkin'
my God,
Donuts.
we don't care about your
And,
pastries, dude.
The man's not even here. You're going to dog him?
Okay, we don't care about the pastries.
No. I actually, I had unexpected company show up. I had no idea they were coming, and they popped in to surprise me. They
Oh,
were
I
friends
hate
from out of
that.
town, and so I sat with them as long as I could, and then they just left. So I grabbed my dogs and came outside.
Cajun, what do you mean?
A private message?
Yes, absolutely. I need to get a message to her if there's someone that can do that.
Katie can.
Yeah, I can take a break out. I'll write you.
Okay, thank you. Can you do it on my backup account, the Cajun girl?
The one in the comments?
Yes, I'll comment right now.
Okay,
All right. Okay, thank you.
I have a question for Shane and for Delta. Do you guys have all these backup accounts?
No, I just got
No, I don't either.
Well, I have that one. I mean, Tony, you know why. I mean, I got bananaed, and so I'm commenting as Cajun girl. That's my backup account. So, if you're not following that one, I would appreciate it if you do, so you can get me. But yeah, that was my backup because I was in timeout for a little while.
Were you a bad girl? Did you laugh without being allowed to?
Laugh too hard, guys.
Wonder why she got kicked off of the TikTok.
That joke was directed straight at you, Cajun.
I know it. That's okay. I got my big girl panties on tonight.
There was a question in here. Pam wanted to know, is Nina Glass still going to search?
Unfortunately, Nina is probably not coming now because of all the attacks on her, and her team didn't feel like it was a good environment. So because of all the attacks, she's not coming now, which is absolutely terrible for Seth.
Oh, hold on. Okay. We got it confirmed. Okay, we got it confirmed. So last night on the live, we were talking, and we were talking about Nina not coming, or not last night, but the night before. And so that's been confirmed now. She's not coming. Did she get the $2,500 for her vehicle? Wonder if they'll ask him that. Probably won't ask him that because I think we all know the answer to that question. I think we do. Also, she had a GoFundMe going on since summer of 2023, I found, and the amount that she wanted to raise was $2,500. So she's officially gotten her $2,500 that she's been looking for since actually technically the summer of 2023, last year. Nina getting threats. Why is everybody getting threatened? No, you're not. Not one of you. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And not one of you got a threat. If it's not on camera, I don't believe it because you all are always live streaming it. You're always live streaming. You just happen to not have your camera on when you get threatened. Come on now.
Absolutely.
May I ask what were they being attacked about?
Shane, it had to do with a lot of threats, a lot of her background that people didn't understand. You know, it was relentless for several weeks when it came out that she was, you know, going to come out and help this way. And she just got to the point where her team didn't feel good about it anymore. And I got on some platforms and defended her background. And it's just, it's unfortunate.
Hey, can I say something in the comments? Hey guys, if you could, you know, like this, let's show some love. Let's get Kayla some likes up and just share the live, you know.
Thank
More
you.
appreciation.
You can make the chat green for Sebastian too.
Yes.
So Timothy, I'll answer your question. What is the background and qualified training of this team Tony Mathis has? I don't have a team. If you're talking about Nina's team, they are very, very qualified. They have many certifications. They have equipment, but what they also have is compassion and dedication. So
Yeah, you want to see the
very
compassion and dedication she has? She has a 2-second TikTok. It's literally, I'm not exaggerating when I say 2 seconds. Let me go find it. Telling me she has compassion and all this and that. Sorry.
There's another question. This chat is flying. I love all the green.
No, and missing persons, there's no restrictions put on Nina as far as searching for people's children at all.
You know what, Tony, I got a question for you, and it's kind of, again, I don't know if there is, but do you know if there's a reward? Can we post it out anywhere? Or
I think the reward is coming. I think there's some vehicles to accept money as well as transfer money into a potential reward. I know it's definitely going to happen at some point. It's being put together.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Did you guys miss me?
I always miss you, Miss Katie.
With every bullet.
There's a question from Timothy in the chat. Tony, it's up to you if you want to read it and answer it.
Why didn't Seth donate to the funds that bought and paid for billboards? You know, I don't know what Seth does with his money and why. That's certainly out of my lane, and I don't swerve into that lane at all.
You know, can I add to that, Tony, if you don't mind?
Sure.
Listen, you know, what Tony's doing, and even as an attorney here, we just represent clients. We don't live their life. Okay, they live their normal life. We don't tell them how to live their normal life. We just represent them. As in Tony's case,
someone's asking the right questions.
He's hired by Tony to do a job. He doesn't control Seth's life.
Oh no.
100% accurate. And it would be much like if Seth were to hire Delta, you know, he might hire him on a fee basis and he would represent him in one area. The only difference between Delta and I is I'm strictly a volunteer. I don't contrast to what a lot of people think. I don't get paid a penny. I spend my own money to travel. And I'm simply a volunteer. And I don't know that, yes, Tim, Seth is my client, 110%. So I don't have any 20 years of experience being a spokesperson. I don't think there's a playbook for a.
What? 20 some years of being a spokesperson? What? Give me this guy's resume. I want to see the resume. No, he hasn't been working on any damn cases for 20 days.
Yes, Tim, Seth is my client, 110%. So I don't have any 20 years of experience being a spokesperson. I don't think there's a playbook.
I think he said, I don't have any. Okay. I thought he said he was. Hold on. I had to rewind it. Okay. He said he doesn't have a playbook. I thought he said he did. And I was like, what? I'm like, he does not have no 20 years experience. I was about to go off the deep end.
For a father missing a child, there's not really a playbook on being a spokesperson. You just come in, you figure out what it is his needs are, and you do your best to fill those needs.
Yep, well said.
There's a good question. Is the Google voice tip line, is that real?
You know, that was set up by Seth. It is real. There are people that run that. I don't know anything about it. I didn't set it up. So.
Okay.
So I forgot about the voice, the Google voice also, that you can call and leave anonymous tips. Don't call that number. Call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Call your local department. Call local sheriff's department, Sumner County. Don't call Seth Rogers' tip line, Google voice tip line. I shouldn't have to tell you guys. You guys know.
Hey, Cajun.
You guys know all that. Come on now.
Yes, I'm here.
You said time and time again that you would love to meet my wife. She's actually in the chat.
Well, hi, honey. It's nice to see you in here. Where's she at?
She's mama is over it.
This one? Hi, Mrs. Mathis. Mrs. Tony. Mama, whatever. Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hi, Mama. I'm sure you already know, but I got his back, girl.
I got his back in the chat.
And my hubby's got his back in another one.
Tony does a pretty darn good job of that for himself.
It takes an army to have my back. I wish I had Delta and Shane in more chats.
Yeah, you know, actually,
You got our back. You just got to let us know when you need it.
Yeah.
Tell him I'm gonna say one thing. You sure are fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take
Bring
you
your
up on
wife
that. I
up there
promise you.
and tell him who
Yeah.
she is. You're a dumb dumb. Hey, I'm gonna just be straight up with you. I call him out on it even when he don't ask
Wait,
for it.
was she?
I just want my finder fee. That's all.
Did someone just come in and like troll them? What happened there? What did we just miss on it? What?
Himself.
It takes an army to have my back. I wish I had Delta and Shane in more chats.
Yeah, you know, actually,
You got our back. You just got to let us know when you need it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tell
man,
him I'm
some
gonna say one
savage
thing. You
going
sure
on.
are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take you up on that. I promise you.
And tell him who
Yeah.
she is. You're a dumb dumb. Hey, I'm gonna just be
What
straight
about
up with
my
you. I
finder
call him
fee?
out on it even when he don't ask for it.
I just want my
Oh my
finder
goodness.
fee. That's all.
you find this week.
Identity
That was
theft
a
wants
joke,
to
everyone.
know, what did you say, Sadie?
I said that was a joke, everyone.
Oh, yeah, right. Has Seth given Julia Valenti, the canine handler, any of Sebastian's clothing, personal belongings, for her current searches?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. I know that she is still searching. You know, I play a different role in Caleb's case. In Caleb's case, I was more of a project manager. So I gave direction. I hired the PI firm, a very, very good PI firm. I hired I worked directly with Nina and her search team. And, you know, I basically gave him somebody that would help him in every facet of the project. Over here, I'm just a spokesperson. So I really don't have any contact with most of these people that Seth has brought in. And I'm glad because I'm simply helping where he needs me. And he didn't ask for help in those areas.
Understandable. Do you know if there are any PIs that are working with Seth?
I'll tell you at this time, I can't comment on that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and again, I also, but remember, PI, when they investigate, that's who they report to. Is Seth. They don't go to law enforcement. Any findings they have, they don't report it to law enforcement. They report everything to Seth.
Correct.
They have no obligation to report to anything to law enforcement.
Hold on a damn second. You mean to tell me if a PI comes across a body, they're going to leave the body there, go tell the parents, and then call the police? I mean, did I hear that right? Am I hearing shit? I mean, do my ears need cleaned out? Like, I want to be on the panel with this guy. Let's go back a little bit.
They don't go to law enforcement. They
Working with Seth?
I'll tell you at this time, I can't comment on that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and again, I also, but remember, PI, when they investigate, that's who they report to. Is Seth. They don't go to law enforcement. Any findings they have, they don't report it to law enforcement. They report everything to Seth.
Correct.
They have no obligation to report to anything to law enforcement.
And what I will say is the first word in PI is private.
Yep.
And, you know, that
It's because it's privately sourced out, not because it's private, because they're going to be private with you. It means because they only work for you. They're sourced out. Okay. They're not from like the lawyer's office, the pro bono people, not pro bono, but you know what I mean? What was I going to say? Oh, I was looking at something. Okay. So here, I said, if you're a PI, I wrote it just like this in Google too. So I have no one finds my Google searches. And you find a body, do you report it to the family or do you report it to police? So let's see what they said. No person who discovers the body or acquires the first knowledge of a death of a person shall fail to report the death immediately to a physician or advanced practice registered nurse whom the person knows to be treating the deceased for a condition from, okay, that's just a condition. Let me see. I want to know about them, the PIs. I thought it was going to give me something about the PI. But I know you have to report a dead body to the police. That's a charge. But I'm just, are you kidding? I'm like, are you kidding? So apparently they're saying on the TikTok, and we believe everything we hear. Remember that this is good to go. I'm going to go back a little bit so we can listen to it again.
Report everything to Seth.
correct.
You don't go
They
to
have
police.
no obligation to report to anything to law enforcement.
And what I will say is the first word in PI is private.
Yep.
And you know, that's the most effective ones are exactly that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I just had some people tell me, no, but they have to. I said, no, they don't.
No, they have no legal obligation to report any information to anybody other than the client that engages them.
Exactly.
Michelle Dawn, I don't know if he will know that, but I'll ask. Since it was said that Sebastian knew the route to Seth's house, was that route searched?
I don't know the answer to that. I know very little about what's going on in the investigation. Yes, Jake CMS, I am still the spokesperson for Randy Harris as well.
I think people confuse, and I'm not saying anything bad about it, confuse the role of a spokesperson and a PI and an investigator, somebody that's on the inside of things.
I love the point he made, private investigator,
Mm-hmm.
because you know, if no one knows who they are, people are more likely to talk to them, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and a good private investigator will not divulge any information too. So
That's what confused me about the last ones that he had. They were very willing to tell what they find, and I'm just like, I don't know that that's helping Sebastian at all. But
yeah, their job is to report it to the client, and it's up to the client to report it, put it out there if they wanted to.
I think that goes back to Seth trying to oblige people.
So
you know, trying to.
I mean, seriously, you mean to tell me that you're looking for this kid, let's say, and you're a private investigator. Let's just say, like, you find him and he's unalived. So you leave the scene and you go to Seth Rogers' house and you tell him first. And then what do you guys do? Go report the body together? Like, that makes no sense to me.
Release him, trying to be nice, just trying to be like, give us an update, you know, letting them tell us. I could be wrong. I don't know. But
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, again, if Seth's got information, and that's up to him if he wants to, you know, reveal anything. He's not obligated. We're not obligated to receive any information.
and somebody in the comments is questioning about you being an admin in some groups.
Yeah, so I was never an admin in Caleb's group, never from day one. I was an admin in Sebastian's group, and by design, when we got other moderators in, eventually Nicole was going to remove me from that because I don't have time to monitor that. Harley Morris's group, believe it or not, I had a conversation with his mom and helped her get on the Pascal show. And one day she made me an admin of the group, just out of the blue, but I haven't been on that page in a long time. So it was just, I think the mom felt a comfort level with me, and I did help her get on Pascal's show. And
all you had to say was yes and yes.
And be able to help, but unfortunately, and she's got a son that's missing that nobody's talking about in Texas. But
we talk about him.
I don't have the time to volunteer any more time.
And Timothy,
he don't have time to volunteer any more time. Is he talking about to Caleb's case? Because I think they kicked him off.
He said that Seth did set up that tip line, so it's not a fake report tip line, the Google one.
No, not at all. It's not fake. Somebody said that they called, and when they got on the phone, somebody hung up or whatever. And I don't know. I've not called that number. I don't know anything about it.
And there's a question for you in the comments. Would a shoe insole from Sebastian's shoe work as a good scent article to Canine Trap?
Thank you, Earth. I appreciate you, honey. Thank you so much. You know I love you. Thank you.
Neo, I think there is a you can Google. I think you can Google Harley Moore or go to Facebook and search Harley Morris. The group is actually run by his mother, and it's an interesting story with him that his mom. I mean, she is a broken-hearted mom, and when he went missing from the bar that he walked out of, she actually left her job and relocated and moved from Florida to Texas to search for her son.
And yeah, you know, can I just answer Renee in the comments real quick? Yeah, I agree. You said call the police to report tips. You know, I would say call the police if they're credible tips. Don't call on hearsay, because all you're doing is taking resources away.
Right, and as it is, it's already been 3 months, and all of the things, you know, that have happened to hinder this case has set it behind even longer than that.
And I think Seth's tip line would be, he's willing to turn every stone over looking for Sebastian. And so he's willing to listen to all tips, I would think.
Guys, I appreciate your time tonight. I'm going to pop off of here, but I greatly appreciate the conversation, and I enjoyed the platform, and appreciate all you guys. And Shane and Delta, thanks a lot for jumping on with us.
Thank you, and I did follow you, so if you need anything, you gotta, need us up there, let us know.
Thank you. Yes, let me know.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Katie,
thanks for spending the afternoon with us.
No problem. Kayla, thanks. Jen, thanks. And
you're welcome. Good night, Tony.
Well.
All right, you have a good evening. Have a good day, Mom.
Bye-bye.
Good night, Tony.
Good night.
Well, I feel like a lot of things were cleared up, and I think a lot of people.
Nothing was cleared up.
Now.
There was nothing about nothing cleared up. That was the worst freaking conversation I've ever witnessed, almost, except for Letitia's Stalking trial. I mean, there's just nothing that can outdo her voice in my head. She still gives me nightmares. A year later, a year and a half later. So if you guys don't know about Tony, if you don't know about Tony's background, so there's a case that we've been following on the channel, and it's the case of Caleb Harris, 21-year-old student from Texas A&M, and he went missing and coming out of his apartment. He was walking his dog, and then he went missing. So Caleb Harris's dad, Randy, who I think is a phenomenal man. I think he is above and beyond a great person. Him and his wife, they came out and they had an interview like 2 days later with News Nation. Randy did. Randy was like, he had his bearings about him. He was there to talk. He was there to talk about his son. So I don't even know how Tony slithered his way into Caleb's case, because Caleb's family, they didn't need a spokesperson. They were the spokespeople. Like, I understand that it's like really tough to do that, but they seemed like it was almost therapeutic for them. When we watched the Easter TikTok, they're holding their dog and they're like, it's Easter Sunday, and everybody, you know, just like love God and like all these good things. And they're like, just, you know, pray for Caleb to come home. But they were like, they had their wits about them. So I just don't understand how TikTok Tony got involved with them. So TikTok Tony went from Caleb's case over to Sebastian's case, because I heard Pascal asked him to come in, but I don't know how true that is. Pascal says it's not, but he kind of giggles when he says it. I don't know. But now in this case, it's just, I've never seen a case like this. This is like a Summer Wells, I'm assuming. I wasn't here for the beginning of Summer Wells, but I'm assuming it was kind of like this. And if this is any indication of how things are going to be, I hope that we find this boy, because I just can't be talking about this for forever. We need to find him. We need to find him, because Summer's out there somewhere. He did, baby girl. He was trying to be in that Idaho 4 case with his little drone. I saw that on his Facebook. But I'm like, oh my Lord, he just wants to be in true crime. So now Seth is going to have a channel. He'll end up getting a channel. I told y'all I thought he was going to have a channel by the end of the week. I was wrong. It was Seth. But Seth put a grainy 40-second clip video of Sebastian on his YouTube channel. He has over 1,000 subscribers, and 49 seconds. So 49 seconds. And it's so blurry, you can't even tell anything. And he's 9 years old in it. So, I don't know. And he says he doesn't do social media, right? But we've looked down here and he had music and stuff on there from 14 years ago. So apparently you still be doing some social media, buddy. Apparently. So thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate that. We're even like in the algorithm under the unfiltered channel. There's 3 people watching over there. I appreciate that. And I do. I appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe over there. I'll put the link in the chat here too if you guys want to subscribe to my second channel. We're going to be going unfiltered over there. I've got a lot to say. I just need to say it. Just need to say it. I need to get over there and say it. I have my thumbnail and everything made. I just need to go over there, because this case is like nuts. And the people that are coming out of here are nuts. And the creators that are coming in are nuts. It's like, what's going on here, you know? Oh, thanks, Regina. I appreciate it. Mary Beth, I have a few indoor plants. You live in an apartment. I don't do plants. Sorry, my watch has been beeping all night. I need to turn the volume off. But yeah. You're okay with Seth having a YouTube channel about Sebastian? I am too, but I'm feeling some type of way about monetization on a channel. Like, I know that we're covering it and it's a missing child. I don't know. I just feel weird about it being like a parent this early on. You know, I don't know. It just is something weird. Just got home. What I missed? A lot of Tony baloney. A lot. So let's go through all the stuff that that they got going on. So where are we at? So we have the $3,000 reward that's already been put up for Sebastian from local businesses. They've come together. They put that money out like first week he was missing. So Seth has a new YouTube page. It'll be monetized. He just needs the watch hours. He has over a $25,000 GoFundMe, but they want more money for the reward. He has a cash app that you can send money to. He has a store online that sells merch like sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, totes, things of that nature. He's now taking rewards through his attorney and to put that money into an escrow account. He has a Google Voice tip line where you can call and leave a Google Voice tip or a tip on the tip line and be anonymous. That makes freaking sense, right? I think that's all. I think that's all of it. But I got a lot. I was like, that's a lot. That's a lot going on. He'll be making more music with T-Rap next. If he does, I'm going to cut the lights. I'm out. I'm out. That'd be so funny. Somebody did make a song over this though, like over this case. Oh, thank you, Regina. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for all being here. I think I read your message twice, Regina. Thank you, Cat's Life. It's a very wild ride, West. It is. It's like, it's one of those cases, if you get online, you're going to find content to go over if you want. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like Idaho in a way. Idaho, like, I feel like, even though it was like, popular and everything, you could go anywhere and find something Idaho. He did make a song, DM. He made a song. His songs are AI generated. Let's be real. You can tell when it's him writing something on a Twitter post or if it's his AI chat writing it, because it's way too professional. He needs to dumb it down a little bit. But maybe I'm the only one that noticed that. I'm telling you, like a bad habit fast. I don't know the tip line number. I need to find that out so then we can leave a tip. What's he going to do? Like sit there and listen to tips all day? People are going to be calling all day, leaving bullcrap messages like we want to. They're saying don't send money to that lawyer. Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't send him no money. I told y'all that. I told you guys in the beginning, no, don't give them your address. Do not buy anything off of them. Also, just a word of advice. Just a word of advice. And I mean myself, but I'm a business owner. I have an LLC, so I don't take this for granted. But when you buy something off of a YouTuber, just remember, unless they have drop shipping, if it's something they're making from home or they have their clothing merch at home, they will know your address and your full name. So if you are on like some of these creators, and I'm not one of them, and I never would be, but they will straight dox subscribers if they are upset with them over some stuff. I've seen it. I've heard about it a lot recently, so I'm just putting it out there. Just be really careful what you buy on the YouTubes. Now, if you send a membership or a super chat or super sticker, we don't know anything. We don't know like your name, your number, your address. We just know your screen name. You know what I mean? That's what it goes under. Not saying to do that, but I'm just telling you, just be safe. Be safe out there. Yeah, you live and learn. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that'll do fake fundraisers and fakes. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. Even if we did a fundraiser and made $5 and you guys were just like, keep the money, Tony, I wouldn't. I would find I would find somewhere to put it, the $5. You donate to St. Jude's. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. That's a good hospital. And that's going for kids that really need the care. And like a lot of the parents, they don't ever have a bill. And that's an amazing feeling. I know that feeling when you need medical and you don't have to pay for it. It's an amazing feeling. But thank you guys all for being here. If you guys do or see anything, know anything about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, make sure that you call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Let them know, hey, I know who this kid is. I've seen him. He's 5'5", 120 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. And he does have autism and a chromosome deletion. And we need to get him home. We need him to get back with his family, his whole family. I believe they all love him. And I hope that they find him either way. And I hope it's soon. If we do hear anything, I will be right back online. You know me. I'll be right back to tell you guys. But thank you so much for being here. I don't know where Ladybug is tonight. Sometimes she is a little tired. So maybe that's what it is. Call the TBI, not the Google number. Yes, baby girl, call the TBI. So tomorrow night I'll be back. We might do Idaho because I have that podcast I wanted to show you guys. And then I might end up going live on my other channel tomorrow during the day because I really need to. And actually, you know what? I might do that and take y'all to the laundry room with me. I have to go to the laundry room again because I have blankets to wash and they're too big for we have an industrial size washer, but they're too big. So I got to take them over. So if I ever go over there, I usually take y'all with me. So we'll go over together. So thank you guys all for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, all the good things. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow night around 9:15, 9:35. Bye guys.